Hello everyone, how are you all today? I'm doing very well. If you're new here, hi, I'm Suviksha and I post every week. So today's video, we are going to be talking about how to heal the relationship with your parents. A very tricky topic, but a very important topic, especially if you have Indian parents. I don't want you to skip the video and watch it till the end because there is a question which you need to answer and you can't lie in that answer. So, we all have an on and off relationship with our parents. It's more like a love hate relationship. But at the end of the day, the amount of control that you are having in that relationship is going to be very less because parents are in that authoritative state, and mostly you just have to say a yes in your answer. So, according to me, not all parents are good. So I have this quote in my mind that you don't choose your parents, but you can choose to have a good relationship with them. Yes, you can't choose them, but actually, in the spiritual realm, it is said that you do choose your parents because from the mother and the father, you have some lessons to be learned, which is why you choose them as the parent. But that's not agreed upon by a majority of people. So this video will be having segments. So I will be providing you the timeline in any side. You can see that timeline and you can go to that part of the video accordingly. And till now, if you haven't subscribed, you're missing out on a lot of things. So the first thing is we need to understand the type of parent that you're having. I know that you can't put it into a one and a two situation. It's not like that, but there is a general thing. Now, there are two types of parents. One, I did not get any good thing, so I want my child to have it. Most parents come under this category. Number two is little tricky. It is, I did not have all of that and I survived. It can happen, and let it happen the same way for my kids also. They don't take that extra effort to fulfill in that X factor or whatever it is, whatever it can be. So right now I want you to take a piece of paper and sit with me throughout the video and pause the video in between so that you can write it down. So first thing is find out what is the type of parent that you're having. It can be this, or it can be a mix of both. For example, your mom can be this way, that is, she wants to give you everything, but your dad can be like, I did not have that, I had a good life. Remember the cycle story? When I was your age, I had one cycle and I came to this city and I made a big life out of it. Yes, we have all heard that story, and it usually comes from the dad. So you can have either supportive parents or completely unsupportive parents, or it can be a balanced mix in between. I think mostly we have this mix. We have our little problems, but we also have good things about them. You have decided on the type of parents that you have. I want you to dig deeper. So I want you to, actually think about what is the actual problem that you are having with your parent. For example, now again there comes a differentiation. Are your parents together or are your parents itself having a problem? For example, most Indian families, our parents are not officially divorced, but they live a life like that. They live lives only for their children. But little do they know that if they had been divorced earlier, the children would be living a much happier life. Give a thumbs up if this is relatable to you all. So, you have to find out the relationship that the parents have in between, number one. And only then you can identify what is the root cause of the problems that you have with your parents. The most common problem that most youngsters have with their parents is their parents are too controlling. Where to go, what to do, what to wear, how many friends to have, what you watch on TV, everything is controlled by them. So there is a very thin line between being safe about your child and having a control over your child. And I think most Indian parents come into this category. Another example, the most common problem that major children feel is the parents provide for you. They give you food, you live in their house, you eat, you are with them, but there is an emotional disconnect from their side. So many Indian boys, I have noticed, have this craving for emotional attachment with their fathers. Even it can be a handshake and it can be a hug. I have seen videos where boys literally cry when they finally get a single hug from their father, and they glorify it, which is absolutely wrong. And I think that in this world of feminism, men wanting to have emotionally available parents is a bare minimum. And not only that, how your parents behave towards you. They might give you everything, but they might not even be at home. As a teacher, I see beautiful kids who are full of energy, but their parents don't see any of it, not even 1% of it, because they are busy working. Now, you can't blame them. In life, as you get older, you realize that you just can't blame anybody. That is how life is. Nobody is doing it wantedly, but that is what they are doing. So once you identify what exactly the problem is, which I said over controlling, and the next one is not being emotionally available to you, and the third one can be a little bit more. They abuse you, they blackmail you, they tend to feel jealous of the way you live because they could not live. Trust me, even in my previous video, Forgive Your Parents, I have told you that parents also had a life before you. So it's completely okay that they see your life and they might compare with their life. Not all parents do. It's not wrong also. See, in this channel, nothing is wrong. We all are here to talk about some of the deepest things that happen in our minds, which goes unnoticed, or if you talk about it, it becomes shameful and it becomes too judged. No, this channel is not like that. This channel is your safe space. You can come here and nobody is going to judge you. No, I have 136 subscribers when I'm shooting this, but all of these are like a gem to me. Each one of you all. It feels like I'm sitting in front of a big hall with those people in front and I'm talking to them. So once you identify the problem, just don't think about it. I want you to write it down. Write it down in a piece of paper. Write down what exactly you have as a problem. And let me also tell you something. They being strict and all is not a problem. Everything has a degree of measure. So, for example, they are asking you to message when you go to a place or when you're about to come. That is basic requirement. You can't be like, my parents are over controlling. No, that's not how it works. So you need to have that emotional maturity to understand where boundaries end and where your privacy starts. So as you are in this video, you can pause right now and you can write down that what exactly you have, that particular problem that you're facing with them, and you can write it down. And it can not only be with both parents, it can be with just one parent. Write it down and then you can continue watching this video. Step 3 is you have identified your triggers. You have identified what does not work well with you and them. Now, all you have to do is communicate. Now, this is a double-edged sword, because what is very important to you might just feel like a very small thing for them, which they might think that you are creating a big scene. For example, a child, when they get a small scratch on their finger, it is the whole world for them. They can't see anything more than this finger. Only the child knows how big that injury is. But when you see it's just a small scratch, how can somebody be so preoccupied with it? That's how you will think. But no, every emotion matters, because to them that is everything. Every mind matters. So once you have identified the problem, find a way to communicate it. I know that most parents will, just push it off as being parents and everything, but you need to tell them that you need to give them, you need to step down to their level and you need to explain it to them. Imagine as if you're talking to kindergarten students. Will they understand Newton's law and will they understand Pythagoras theorem? No. The concept of mental health, the concept of psychology, the concept of therapy is all available now, but not 30 years back, not when you were born, not 25 years back. So you need to come down to the level of a KG student and you need to explain things to them. You need to quote examples to them. For example, Amma, when you had, when so many people were there and they did like that, not even a single time you were able to praise me in front of so many people, I felt very bad. Quote examples and then wait. Wait as to how they react. They're also human beings. They will need time to think about it. They will also go through their memory lane and they'll be like, okay, I think we did wrong here. Now, again, here you have two parents here. Some who are actually not deserving to be parents at all, who will still blame you for everything. I have a solution for that. And the other ones who actually feel like, yes, they had made a mistake and they will come to you. So you need to wait here, okay? Now, step 4, you have communicated your triggers and you are in the waiting period. Now, let's go to step 4. Action. Step 4 is action. Now that you have communicated everything, you do things in your way. This is not arrogance. This is you being you. This is sheer confidence. This is sheer comfort. Let me give you an example. What are you talking about? Can't understand? Let me give you an example. Let's say that in your house there is a particular ritual that is being done. You don't personally like it. So you say that I really respect this ritual. I respect people doing it, but I don't want to be a part of it because I feel this way towards it, or I will be a part of it, but I'm mentally not happy with it. Say that and just don't care if they accept it or not and do it your way. You are not harming anybody. You are not putting anybody else's life at risk. So step number 4 is action. Now coming to the last step, which is step number 5, you have to deal with the consequences. You have to deal with the consequences. Now, whatever you had communicated with your parent, if they had really liked, if they had understood anything from it, they will not repeat it. But what if that does not happen? What if your parents are like a piece of rock and they are not ready to move, they're not ready to change, they're not ready for anything? You can't do anything. You have to create such a big boundary, such a strong boundary until you live with them. Yes, till you live with them, you will have to live with the fact that you don't have the type of parents that you have, that you want. Expectation kills. At least you can remove the expectation from them, wait till you're financially independent, and finally move out of the house. See, I have supported you also, I've supported your parents also. Why? Because I know that both sides are good, both sides are sometimes, with people, both people might be very good, but they just might not be right for each other. And people always use this for relationships, but for parents and the relationship between the mother and the child, the father and the child, also, this is highly applicable. So let's do a quick recap. Number 1 is find out what type of parents you have. Number 2 is find your triggers. What exactly is the problem that you have with them? Number 3, communicate, communicate, communicate. Number 4, action. Do things according to your own way. And number 5 is take responsibility of the consequences and take responsibility for your own life. And do you remember the question which I had wanted to ask you? Here is the question. Are you ready to forgive your parents? Are you ready to forgive not for them, but for you? If the answer is yes, then very well done. You are on your path of healing. If your answer is no, no worries. As I told you, nobody is judging you here. It's okay. Maybe there will come a point in your life that you will be able to forgive them. Thank you so much for watching and please do subscribe. Little motivation from you all will make my day and I will see you all in a next video very soon. Bye.